And there we are.
Yeah,
There's Oz.
yeah. We've made it. Actually, I didn't think about putting my notes up on TV there. That's what I should do.
And I'll put our I had to put our background up again. Or should we? Is this more? Is this more where we want to be? We want to be home. Look at that! It even centers right there on Instagram. Look at that. That looks great.
Yeah, that's so cool how they could set it up on Instagram like that. It looks really nice.
Yep. Hey Oz,
Hey Dan, how's it
look at
going?
us. Look at us.
Yeah,
Look at
this is
us.
super cool. I mean, it's still a little weird. I'm used to having you here, but again, this is pretty damn good.
Hey Edgar. Edgar's in the background. Hi. Noah's watching live, live, live. The drop in is live. There you go. Yeah. You tell me.
Oh, there we go.
Hey Derek. There's Derek. Yeah. Tell me when you want to. When do you want to go live, live, live?
Okay, let me actually just pull my notes up real quick.
That's fine. Yep. It's our first time doing this one this way, folks. So stay with us. Yep.
Which is cool because again, it helps us practice. If some players or other front office people can't come down to the studio, we can offer them this and know how it all works.
Yep. If I play with my camera, I can show you the wet and rainy weather that is outside, and I can show you St. James's Park, which is just across the street. So I can see the sign next to the entrance that says Newcastle United. So
can you see Russia from
good
the house?
Good evening, Noah. I started taking flooring up there, so yeah, found some interesting things under the flooring. So I'm not exactly excited there. So, let me go post real quick again.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, there you are. It says you're in. Or did you text me and say you're in?
Yeah, that was me a while ago.
Oh, all right. So my phone is connected. My Wi-Fi situation has been fluctuating all day today, so I have a feeling it's part of the weather. So, all right. Well, tell me when you want to go. Thank you, Annie.
It's crisp and kelp, okay?
It's crisp and kelp, not clear and crisp. What's wrong with you, Annie? Annie's just sour because I think Spurs is not doing so hot right now.
Not doing so hot. We just tied with Forest, who's fighting for relegation.
Well, and we've got you and I have a meeting.
Oh yeah,
you and I have a meeting on Saturday.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, I'm ready to go over here.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready
to record. Tell me when you hit the record button, or just give me a 1, 2, or 3, 2, 1.
3, 2.
Live. The drop-in is live from Newcastle. Brought to you by
Rising Phoenix Tap Room down at 320 Broadway, down in King City, California. There in the 831. Of course, we love representing everybody from the 831, all corners of this large county. And yeah, Hever down there at Rising Phoenix Tap Room at 320 Broadway. Like we say every week, great beers, great little munchables there, and just a cool spot. And especially now that it looks like the weather is behind us, I think it's going to just start warming up now. And now that the season's starting, another place to go watch the Union there. But anyway, yeah, Rising Phoenix Tap Room, 320 Broadway, Hever and Company. Tell them the drop-in sent you.
There you go. Yeah, sorry, I am redoing the post that says that we were experiencing some technical difficulties. Now I'm just trying to say we're live, and I'm having to turn off my Wi-Fi and do all that stuff. So
yeah, I don't know why it kept saying your webcam is in use. I'm like, yeah, by me, like on StreamYard. Like, but it was, I just restarted. IT, have you tried to turn it on and off again? And sure enough, it fixed it.
What do you know?
That's all it. Yeah, whatever little gremlin got chased away.
There you go.
As soon as I got back on, I could see the audio, and I'm like, "Yep, it's going to be good." And sure enough, it worked.
And here we are. I'm trying to do. Well, that's not going to work. Anyway, well, I'm hoping people are paying attention on on Instagram and see that we are live. But
It's
anyway,
understandable, and especially for people here on the West Coast, so it's the middle of the workday, so I
yeah,
guess they get a pass. But luckily, it's going to be on YouTube for replay. It's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, Google, wherever you listen to podcasts. This will be available. Oh, you're
yeah,
exciting. I mean, it's strange because with the whole labor situation going on, because you want to get as excited, but like there may not be a match on Saturday. Looks like we're
yeah,
getting closer to it actually happening, but it's kind of weird with that looming over. It's just, because we got Oakland Roots coming in. But so it's been a while, but we've
yeah.
had several signings since the last time we met. So it was 2 weeks ago. Wasn't that long ago? I just
It
really,
feels like forever ago, but yeah,
yeah. So I really quickly want to go through these new signings.
yeah.
Uh, well, and actually, Farnsworth number one. As a Futurama fan, I love a dude named Farnsworth because that's just like good news, everybody. Like it's just built in there. It's just built in there. So anyway, I think we had Marco on the week, so I don't know if Farnsworth, if we really mentioned Farnsworth, but if we didn't,
I think Farnsworth had just signed just previously for us going live the last time we did the show.
it was.
So
So
yep,
and so we have some more. First off, we got Amari Glasgow. Dude,
yeah.
are we the most Scottish team in USL Championship now? Like I know the dude's like from Guyana, but
Yep.
come on, Glasgow. He's got Glasgow right there. Like so. Anyway, Amari Glasgow, 22-year-old forward on loan from Chicago Fire, spent time with both Chicago Fire and Loudoun United last
Yep.
season. So, I'm trying to figure out which cursor to use here. And that's cool. Like we've mentioned before, MLS loves to send its players to USL Championship that are on the cusp, that need those good minutes. The MLS Next Pro sometimes doesn't have as many competitive minutes. So
Yep.
I like that signing to, again, Chicago Fire seems to be high on this guy and wants him to get good minutes. Last year with Loudoun, this year it seems with us, and we need goal scorers. Anyway,
Yeah.
next up, Abdel Talabi, 24-year-old defender, first round draft pick in last year's
Yep.
MLS Super Draft by Inter Miami.
Not last year's, this year's.
Well, this year's, yeah.
What?
How does that? Because technically, I guess it was for this season. So how does that work? Or
Well,
did the Super Draft happen sometime this year?
The draft already happened,
Oh,
hasn't it?
it's March.
Or did they not? I don't know.
I'm a USLer. I don't know. I don't know what those
So am I.
MLSers do.
Yeah.
But I'm a USLer.
Yeah, no, I think they already did, and I think what that means is they signed the guy or they drafted him and then decided to let him go, I guess.
That's what and then Inter Miami, obviously they have that vision and aspirations, for something. I don't. That was interesting to me because it wasn't a loan, So he seems to be out of contract at Inter. Hopefully, he at least got to meet Messi. That'd be kind of cool. And then
you know who else has met Messi? Obi, our kit man. So yeah, Derek is saying that the MLS draft was in December, which that's what I thought.
Okay. Okay. Sebastian Leggett. We got to talk about Sebastian Leggett.
We are going to talk about Sebastian Leggett. Yes, we will talk about that.
Coming up right after that. So next up, I just want to quickly go through these players. Next up, whatever. I'm a little hot on the mixer over there, but no. Next up, we have 22-year-old goalkeeper Kieran Dalton. We got a backup goalkeeper. Goalkeeper, everybody.
And he's older than our starter.
Yeah, but he's 22. Spent last season with New York Red Bulls 2. Went to college at Rutgers. Top 5 all-time in saves. If you had been to the couple open things that the team has had, you've seen that he's the guy that they would bring in the second half. So
that's interesting because the one that I met, the night before I left at the social, the guy who came on in the second half, That was not Kieran Dalton. He said his name was Marco.
What?
So I don't know where Marco. I don't know where Marco is.
I think it's Kieran with a mustache.
It could be. I don't know.
At least versus Oakland, because when I saw the picture of him being signed, he looked familiar. But I don't know. I guess every 22-year-old has scruffy hair nowadays, so they all kind of look alike. So Justin Timberlake is back.
No.
But anyway,
Hopefully
dude,
not the mullet.
I am super excited. What is it? Delgado is the starter, right? The 19-year-old
Fernando Delgado. Yep.
Fernando Delgado. And you keep hearing about him with the ball at his feet, him with the ball at his feet, and man, to see him a couple of times, I'm like, that dude can pass really. And again, and to having some speed on the edges, you're starting to see like what this could potentially be. Not last place in the Western Conference. I'm sorry, USL show and its fans. Yep. We are not a last place in the Western Conference team.
Do you remember last year or the year before? Sorry, the year before. In 2024. Remember when we were making fun of Las Vegas? 9 days before the home opener, and all they had was like 11 guys. Don't judge a book before its covers, or don't judge a book by its cover.
Damn, that cheap Guinness is getting to you out there.
I am currently having a Northern Monk Transpennine Pale, which is available on LNER on the old train there. Mr. Beaton brought this to me last weekend when he got off the train. He had gotten a free beer, and he left it for me in the fridge. So there you go.
A free beer. What a country. Yeah, I'm representing Newcastle. Got my Quacker shirt on.
Your wobbly duck. I have yet to be in the wobbly duck.
Quakers for craft beer.
I have not yet visited the wobbly duck this trip. I'll tell you, it's been busy since I got here. Obviously, I got here last Monday night, not in 3 days ago, but 10 days ago. I got in. Immediately the next day was the second leg of the Champions League against Karabag, so I was able to see that match, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was just trying to catch up. Jet lag has been a bitch this trip, Oz. I mean, and on top of that, I'm carrying a bit of a cold. I just got some congestion in my chest, and the weather has been up and down. It was 40 degrees when I got here. Then it was 60 degrees. Then it was 35 degrees. So it's just been nuts. It's been nuts over here. And then spending time in the stadium, that kind of thing. But jet lag has been the primary thing that has bothered me. But Martin Beaton, our good old ginger bestie, he came and visited. He came in Friday afternoon on the train. And immediately, that's when Baz from Through Black and White Eyes and and others, we all met at the train station, and then we immediately headed out to Newcastle Benfield Football Club, which is a non-league club here in the city. Uses the same name, obviously, because they are from here, but they play in blue and white stripes. But they were the host location, the venue for our charity night on that Friday night, when we hosted two Newcastle legends, former journalist John Gibson and
The Independent.
No, not Independent. he wrote for the Chronicle, but also Newcastle striker legend from the 70s, Malcolm McDonald, as well as a special guest Graham Bailey from Team Talk. So we had an hour with Graham Bailey, and then Gibbo and Supermac took the stage and talked for almost 2 hours. I mean, just watching the two of them, they're BFFs. One, I can't remember who was. One of them was the best man in the other's wedding. So they are very, very close, and they're very, and they're similar in age. I think Supermac is in his mid 70s, and Gibbo is in his 80s. So, but the two of them together were just a laugh riot. And
I can imagine the stories that we have.
No, and I mean, and watching the two of them bounce off each other was just terrific. But we raised 500 pounds each for two charities that night. We had a raffle. I won Oz a 20-pound gift certificate to Greg's, and that's worth its weight in gold right there. So I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but yeah, we had a great night that night, and then the next night, of course, the next afternoon was Newcastle against Everton, and the less said about that game, the better. I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
We're just going to put that back. And then Martin was there. Martin was with us until Sunday evening, and then he went back to Edinburgh, and then we had the match against Manchester United last night, and I think everybody saw how that one ended. So
Yeah,
all I can say is da 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 Osula, and leave it like that. But no, I've been trying to keep up with all the Monterey Bay news.
there's a lot.
Keeping up with all the different social media posts and everything. Yeah, talk to me about the Pachuca match. So first of all, talk to me about the event Friday night at Alvarado Street.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah. So Friday night, the Pachuca players showed up, had dinner up on the mezzanine there, and then when they were done with dinner, they would let in 5 or 6 people at a time go up there, mingle, talk, and it was a fun event. It was cool, just relaxed kind of social thing. A lot of people showed up, a lot of people wearing gear, and yeah,
How many Monterey Bay players were there? I mean, I assume players from both teams were there, or was it just Pachuca?
It was mostly just Pachuca.
Okay.
What's his name? There was a dude on crutches, so I'm assuming that was Canetti, right? Because it was Canetti, the one that got the Achilles injury.
Yep.
And then
Facundo Canetti
and Delgado was there too.
Okay.
What a wow! He's a goalkeeper, so they're not really small people. So it's just, but yeah, he does not look like a 19-year-old. So
he's not, but neither did Emi Ochoa.
Exactly. So, it's that similar thing, and or Cade Cowell. I remember when Cade Cowell was announced, I was like, the heck, the Quakes signed like a 26-year-old Swiss dude or something. And they're like, no, he's a 15-year-old American. Like, what the heck? This is a large human being.
His all neck beard.
Yeah. And but yeah, so anyway, it was again a fun event, just super casual. There was front office people there, kind of mingling. Local people here. It was just cool all around, I think, and it did seem to set a good little base for Saturday, because that was a big crowd on Saturday. It was. I
heard it was 4,500.
I could believe that. Yeah, I was thinking at least 3,000. The end section was hard to find an empty spot in the end section.
Our E fantastic.
Section there was pretty packed. The S section, again, tickets are a little pricier, but it was still, there wasn't a lot of space either. And what I thought was super cool, it was a total celebration of the sport. You saw Liga MX kits, you saw, European kits, you saw obviously, Monterey Bay FC kits, but you could tell a lot of the people were there just for the sport. And I thought it was a good showing, because the team won. The team looked really, really good. And but yeah, it's just I don't know. I hope that carries on. It was an atmosphere and an environment that seemed to be missing for a while. I don't know. It was cool. I don't know if it was fully because Pachuca's got that name, or because people are curious to see what this new front office is. I mean, you hear a lot of things going on, but yeah, I don't know. I was. My question is, when does Ivan's gonna finally break and put a second truck or something there? And it's understandable. They're so good. You could literally feed two people with that potato. That's got to be one of the better food deals in the stadium. It's all local stuff, so it's all really good food. But
Yeah.
it's just that potato is just designed to just walk around and munch on. But it is, yeah. The potato line was an epic one on Saturday.
I don't know what they can do about that other than bringing in. Did they bring the truck? But now they have to bring the tent too.
Right? Yeah.
And I don't know what their staffing is like, because I know, just because they're at Cardinale Stadium doesn't mean that they're not someplace else. So that's where the tent
Exactly.
might be.
Yeah. Aren't they? Or no, maybe not. Might be Ivan's. Might be the other potato. Because one of them is at the Quakes matches, right? One of the local
it's
ones.
Ivan's.
Oh, it is Ivan's.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. So again,
And
if
they
got
and
that
mortar
line
up there, if I remember right, they've got brick and mortar up there.
Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah.
They have a shop
up in Capitola or something like that. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was a cool little preview. Good little warm up for everyone working there. Like I said, the crowd. It was a huge crowd. Great, great energy there. And again, the team looked the team looked good, dude.
Yep.
Wesley
Leggett.
Leggett again, dude. Wesley Leggett and Sebastian Leggett, like that's gonna throw me off. We got to figure out a unified pronunciation there.
Here's the thing.
Leggett has 2 G's and 2 T's. Leggett has 2 L's.
Yeah.
1 G and 1 T. That's how you keep them. That's how you keep them separated.
That's unfair. That's unfair. Well, one of them is Becky G's boyfriend. That's how the world knows him. The poor guy.
First of all, I mean, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this because this is. I mean, I have now seen it on Twitter. I have now seen it on Instagram. I've seen several, renowned sources. You and I have been following.
Scoops, man. Tommy Scoops talked.
You and I have been following Tom Bogert for years. And if Tom Bogert says it's happening, it's happening.
Yeah,
I was
I was so close to going online just to being like, come on, everybody, let's be real. We wish for these kind of things, but I held back, and then Tom Bogert posted it, and I was like, I'm so glad I didn't put my foot in my mouth because Tom Bogert has some pretty solid sources. He rarely misses.
I know. Noah says in the comments, he says, hold on, I can post that up there.
Oh, wow.
He says, Wolves has 4 Gomez's and 2 Buenos, and MBFC is going to have Leggett and Leggett. No?
Yeah. 4 Gomez's, that's... Oof.
Okay, it's a commentary. It's a commentator's nightmare. I mean, can you imagine? Bueno passes it to Gomez. Gomez passes to Gomez. Gomez with the ball passes it back to Bueno. Passes it back to Gomez. Gomez has the ball. He dishes it off to Gomez. I mean, can you imagine? Exactly, Noah. Good luck to the commentator. All right. So
yeah, it seems like a simple job, but when you're up there and it's going, it is chaotic and fast. Much respect. But anyway, back to this rumor.
I want to get to the rumor again. So because some of the comments were still talking about, I've got the comments up on the stage, but Brett with Go Power Rangers 2017 Trini is Becky G. Annie was saying some players didn't have numbers. They were on fire too. So back to the Pachuca game. So 4,500 in the stands, great turnout, lots of representation from lots of different clubs across Liga MX. Obviously, so they had announced earlier in the week, if not just the day before, the new kits, both home and away. And were those available for purchase that night?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I saw some people wearing them in the Instagram reels, but I haven't seen them added to the website yet. So
they were available in the stadium. They got their new little container set up there going.
Notice that the merch booths are now black and the beer booths are blue. That's how you differentiate, because you notice the big can out in the plaza is now all black as well. So that was
Yeah.
a new change.
Mike came in and he said, I see a blue container and I want it painted black.
All right. So, but Wesley Leggett got 2 goals, and were they both in the first? Good poaching goals.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They were. Oh man. Yeah, I was impressed with both of his goals, and then yeah, the dude seemed ready to want to score.
And they were both in the first half.
I think the second one was in the second half or close
Okay.
to the end of the first half.
And then I've been reading a lot on Reddit and elsewhere. You know, obviously some punters were pissed off about the fact that this wasn't Pachuca's first team. This wasn't their second team. This was like their third team and or developmental squad.
Yeah, I would think, yeah, they all look like about 18, 19. And like I said, if you look at number-wise, they were all in the mid-200s. And like I've said before, in Mexico, they, you know,
Yep.
the U23s are in the high 90s, low hundreds. So yeah, so these guys were probably 18, 19. But again, total professionals. You could tell these guys have been, even though they're 18, 19, they've already been playing together for a long time. They know what they're doing. They come from a professional organization and they're expected to perform and act in a certain way. So it'd be easy to say, oh yeah, you know, we were playing, you know, their younger squad, but also this is our squad, MBFC squad, that is completely new in itself as well. A lot of turnover. A lot of these guys don't really know each other. Playing against a younger team, but a team that is very comfortable with each other. And you could see how they communicate. Obviously, these guys have like road trip together and done all this other stuff together, where our guys have not. So, and to see our guys just be able to just clamp it down like that,
Not a bad look.
No, yeah, not at all.
Seeing if I can get some different lighting here. I'm still playing with lights in the hotel room. The 2 bedside lamps behind me are the ones that are providing light right now, but I want to show you later in the show. I just want to turn off the lights and show you how close we are to Newcastle, to St. James's Park, right across the street. Okay. So what? There was a red card for both teams? Were there red cards that night?
Yes, to a second yellow.
Who was sent off from our team?
Oh my gosh, I can't.
I'm
gonna throw Joe Garcia under the bus.
Names.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, and I did watch more of it because there would have been Pachuca had one really serious shot on goal, and it was in a set piece. Our keeper just got taken out of position. The goal was wide open. The Pachuca guy hits a header, but Joel is just standing there where the keeper would be, just heads it out of there. And I started slamming my pole on the thing, and I broke the flag, and because it's preseason,
oh, no.
I didn't have any extra zip ties. So anyway, but because of that, I got to see most of the second half. But yeah, but it was a second yellow on our side, but I honestly couldn't tell you who it was.
If anybody knows in the comments, come on, tell us.
And again, it was more like sloppiness early in the season. I didn't think it was kind of a choppy, tough type match or anything. But yeah, I after seeing that, I like I said, I don't believe this is a last place Western Conference team. Of course, the matches have to be played first, but I was impressed with this team's ability, and again, and the goal scoring, seeing, oh my god, that's still throwing me Leggett,
yes,
yeah, he seems to want to score, and he's got a great shot, and yeah, I'm excited, and then like I said, I left they're feeling a little more confident of how this team is going to perform. And it's going to be tough. I mean, we're starting the season versus Oakland, versus Sacramento, versus even El
Versus El
Paso, who's
Paso.
made some moves. All of a sudden, they're possibly getting freaking Danny Rojas.
That's another one that's throwing me right now. How old is Christian Fernandez? I mean, Cristiano Fernandez is in his mid-30s.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that he's been training with El Paso and played 30 minutes in a preseason game. Is there a Ted Lasso tie-in there in the old? How does the song go? Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl.
I'm realizing something is just sucking up my battery life here on my Chromebook.
Oh, don't do that.
I have.
Did your Chromebook go to sleep?
No, it's still, but the battery is getting sucked down really quickly.
Well,
but if I could get.
You've been using that Chromebook now for how many years? Hey,
no, I think
while you're under there, did I leave my charger under there? Did I leave my charger plugged into the surge protector down there? It's a square with 4 USB ports on it.
Oh no,
not a white one. No, a big gray one.
No, there's nothing.
All right, I can't find it. I don't know where it is. It's probably in the box with all the rest of the leftover Bart trophies.
Dude, it was literally sucking up like 1% every like 2 or 3 minutes. But anyway, I'm plugged in. I'm charging now. I'm good.
You're charging. We're cooking with gas. Okay, so and then tell me, Olaf Anderson he's a freshman at CSUMB.
That's what I hear. I the name, I barely was able to hear it as well, and I heard his last name, and I was like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar, but he looks way different. But yeah, he looked good as well. I'm trying to again. I have really no information on him other than
is that going to be one? Is that going to be one that's in the what's the word I'm looking for? Is that going to be one that's in the development academy? Is he going to be? Is he under 20? Is he the under 20s? This, that, and the other. Because there's not an MVFC 2, so that's something else. Okay, so that's the end of the Pachuca game, and then so Tom Bogert, and I'm trying to remember who the other correspondent is, or who broke the news that sounds like Sebastian Lletget, former U.S. men's national team midfielder / forward, played at LA Galaxy, most recently played at FC Dallas. I know he's played elsewhere. I think if we go and look at his CV, I think he's played in multiple teams across the
MLS.
Sebastian, you have to spell that correctly. But I mean, let's talk about that for a minute. So Edgar says he saw him in S3 and he took a picture with him. In the comments, played for LA Galaxy, played for New England Revolution, and then played in FC Dallas for the last 3 seasons. Represented the U.S. at U17, U20, U23, and full international. And for the last decade, he's been in a relationship with a singer-songwriter in the pop world called Becky G. So
it's so funny because obviously the rumors out everywhere here, and to talk to people who come from the pop culture side of it instead of the soccer side of it, and to them they're like, oh, Becky G and her boyfriend are gonna like, what's the rumor with Becky G and her boyfriend? It's like, first of all, it's Sebastian Lletget. He is very well known in soccer
the
circles.
player. Right.
But to them, he's just Becky G's boyfriend. Poor guy. And
Well, here's the thing. Becky G has 36.5 million followers on Instagram.
yeah,
36.5 million followers on Instagram.
yeah.
Imagine seeing Becky G in a Monterey Bay FC kit on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
The
Yeah.
reach is going to be something else.
It would be one of the top selling kits in the league.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her in the
What? Not Hercules Gomez. Is it Hercules Gomez who's he's now a broadcaster? Is that right? He was the one that was wearing the Monterey Bay Union baseball jacket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, there'll be one to wear the MBFC kit. I think Taylor Twellman will be wearing an MBFC kit next. So
Imagine her at a concert or something. There's 20,000 people there, and here she comes out in a Monterey. I don't know, whatever. I'm not her marketing.
imagine her at Rabobank
Yeah.
wearing a Monterey Bay kit. Come on, man.
Well, and we say this because again, the full rumor is that not only is Sebastian going to join as a player, he's going to join as a player owner. So he's going to be part of the ownership group. And on top of that, also Becky G's name was thrown in there. And we all know that one of the big announcements this year was our women's team.
Yep.
So this is I don't know. Becky
Is she our Keely Jones?
Mind.
Is she our Keely Jones?
Right? Yeah, exactly. So she might, and also like we were saying with that reach, and I know it's an amateur team, it's a smaller team, but that would be so huge for this team, for this area. And really, it's kind of a homecoming for both of them. Sebastian's from San Francisco.
Yeah,
she's from
LA,
Los
right?
Angeles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like meet in the middle right here. Meet in the middle. It's so beautiful.
And that's a different pop star. That was Maren Morris. Sorry, I'm sure somebody watching is going to get that reference. Hey, here's the thing that Derek said. Look at that comment.
Yeah, exactly. That would be so freaking cool.
Let's get Becky G in a Bart t-shirt. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Or a Tangents t-shirt. Can you imagine that? Becky G with Tangents spreadable butter on her back. That would be great. So
I would never call her Carol G for as long as I live if she wears that.
There you go. What else? But we have nothing concrete from either the league or from the club that says that there's any legs on this, other than we got two, nationally renowned correspondents saying that this is a thing. It's happening.
And if you stalk them on social media, you could see that they're currently celebrating Becky's birthday in Milan. So I don't know. So
are they
probably
really?
Not. Well, yeah, according to the posts that I followed on Instagram, going through this. But yeah, and it's a player owner thing, so there might be a little bit more logistics that to get worked out on that side of it. But either way, another big news that I've been curious and following is, will the season start on time? Because
there's a big question. Yep.
Yeah, the players and the league have been engaged in talks. The collective bargaining agreement ended last season, so they've been trying to get a new one going. Obviously, the players want one thing, the league wants another. It looks like this week they made big progress to getting there. The league is doing a great job of getting their word out there, but I don't know how happy the Players Association is with this newest one. But let's talk again. Last night, literally, I mean, it's happening this quickly. Last night, the league came out and said, okay, at 8:00 Eastern, this is our not final proposal, but this is our next current proposal.
Right.
And
after 415 minutes of negotiation during that week.
Yeah, and there's a lot going in, but just some really quick highlights of what the league is proposing. Again, a minimum compensation of $40,000, but this time it's spread out over 12 months, not 10. That was a big contention as well, because right now contracts or 10 months. And the thing with that, I never really thought about it. If you're insured through the team and your contract's only 10 months, that means there's 2 months that you're not insured.
That's December, and our familiarity with our contracts, that means January or the December and January. The players start reporting to preseason on 1 February. So that means they're going through the holidays without any kind of medical insurance.
Yeah, and again, and they have to
imagine if the Christmas tree fell on you. I mean, come on.
And it's probably not team mandated, but you're a professional athlete, and this is wanting to be a Division I league. You're probably going to be working out. You're not just going to be sitting on your butt over the winter, just
looking like Thor.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna. So if you do tweak an ankle or something while you're in the gym, just to say, like, yeah, that it shouldn't risk your season. But anyway, and this is another one that we have some personal info or whatever. You'll see. Elimination of in-season buyouts is another thing, because that has happened. Like I said, we know on a personal level.
We've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, sometimes teams just decide we signed you for 10 months, but we're done with you. Here's a little chunk of money. Get the hell out of here. And so the league is proposing to eliminate that. If you're signed for a year, you get paid your full year. And then also bonuses for player awards and championship teams. That's interesting. Apparently, I guess they didn't have that. So yeah, so you would get bonuses if you win, Golden Boot, Player of the Year, whatever,
MVP, whatever. Yep,
all that you would come with. Yeah, and then the pay rates for promotional and commercial appearances. They established a set number there. Of course, this is what the league says. The USO Players Association didn't have a response to this specific proposal. This one came out yesterday at 8:00 Eastern, and I've been refreshing. There has been no other update. But if you go on the USLPA's social media and see what they're asking for, a lot of this seems to be what they wanted. It looks like the biggest thing the one thing I didn't see anything on the league's press release was the insurance, the whole insurance thing. And I believe that's the big sticking point right now, is what kind of insurance will the teams be essentially forced to offer?
Right.
Because the league is saying, at the moment there is no guarantee that the team will offer you insurance, but 90% of the teams do, or something like that's their spin on it or something. But the players are saying no.
Brett says, wasn't it they get two buyouts a year or 3 buyouts over 2 years? In Major League Soccer, they have the ability to buy out a player's contract, 2 players' contracts during the season.
Hey, I wonder if Moby Fair would be a good person to talk to us about.
I don't know.
Was it right? Because he was the one that. Who was? I'm already blanking. They're gone for 6 months. I already forget him. But he was the one that was thinking of going to Miami, right? Because it was Arun. Arun is the agent.
Correct.
Maybe he would be a cool person to talk to. Like,
well, he's busy during preseason getting ready to play for Brooklyn. So I have a feeling the one we should be talking to is the one and only Chase Boone.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm super curious.
Well, let's reach out to Chase and see if he wants to come on the show and we can talk about it.
Yeah, because like I said, I of course I fully support the players, and they give up a lot to come represent our areas. And oh my God, it's almost like chickens or cows. One of the requirements is 100 square feet of livable space. Not including bathrooms. 100 square feet. That's 10 by 10 feet. That is all there. That is
well. So no, but what that means that you can't be in a position where they're putting 4 guys in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah. No, exactly.
And we've heard that. We've seen that. we've seen that. Remember back in the San Jose days, Nick Lima, Jackson Ewell, Tommy Thompson, and JT Marcinkowski all sharing a 2-bedroom condo in like Santana Row or something like that. I mean, that means you've got guys who are making, and I know it's Major League Soccer, but I mean, you got guys who are making $100,000 a year who are bunking up with each other because they can't afford something elsewhere. Now, at the same time, there's 4 single guys staying in a 2-bedroom condo in Santana Row. That's a choice. I'm sorry, guys. I mean,
yeah. I mean, you got to look cool. You're a professional athlete. But no,
So,
like I've said before, one of my favorite stories, not favorite because it's kind of messed up, but just knowing a player living in another player's closet because of how different their financial situations were.
Yep. Edgar is asking in the comments, what do we qualify the signings so far, and how many signings do we expect? And they were roommates. Yeah.
They're
First
very
of all,
close, lifelong friends, and that's
exactly.
it.
I would say this: the players that we've signed thus far have been new to the league. A lot of them, I think the only ones that we've had it with experience in the league are obviously the ones that were held over from last season. So you've got your Joel Garcia, your Adrian Rebelliar, you've got your Elijah Paul, Johnny Klein. Those guys have familiarity with the league. We signed Nick Ross from Sacramento, so there's another guy with experience in the league. But you start looking around. I mean, Stu Ritchie, left back, he has familiarity with USL 1 because he was with Knoxville 1. Kelsey Egu comes to us from the Canadian Premier League. He's only 21. Farnsworth has some expertise, if I remember right. I think at MLS Next Pro. No, Nico Gordon, sorry, another holdover. Both Georgie and Luca, the Montenegrin and the Georgian and Montenegrin, respectfully, they're both new to the league. Belmar Joseph from Haiti, also new to the league. Wesley Leggett, wasn't he with? He wasn't with Loudon. Where was he last season?
Was it Dallas? Oh, the Dallas too?
No, that was Tarek. That was Derek. That was Tarek Scott. No, Leggett, wasn't he with Real Salt Lake as well? Wasn't it RSL or something like that? I don't know. But I mean, so to answer Edgar's question, I will say that this is an all new roster. This is a bunch of guys that our brain trust within the club have seen fit to bring in. I haven't gotten to see them play. I saw them briefly play against Oakland, but it was kind of a, that was kind of a kickabout. Thanks, Noah. I thought he was with Loudon as well. So then that makes the Amari Glasgow signing even more astute, because then you've got Wesley and Amari who have played together at Loudon last year. And then, the Loudon coach is now the former Loudon coach is now the head coach at Oakland Roots.
Yeah.
So, there's some familiarity. So no, I've been impressed with them so far. You can't put any credence into preseason matches. It's all about getting minutes and legs and getting, knocking the rust off of the your off season, that kind of stuff. So the proof is going to be when we take the field on March 7th, provided that the players don't go on strike before that. I would say all signs point to good, and that we'll actually have a home opener on Saturday. But
I think so.
We don't know for sure. I don't know how season ticket sales are going, or ticket sales for that March 7th home opener. I'm excited to see 7 p.m. kickoff for you is going to be 3 a.m. for me on Sunday morning. So I don't know if, and of course, I will have just gotten to bed after watching our two teams play in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
5th round. So I don't know how jazzed I'm going to be about staying up to watch that match. But all right, hey, I'll be right back. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves or whatever. I was on an hour-long podcast before this one, so give me just a second. You can handle it. I'll be back.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited about Belmar Joseph. Belmar Joseph, again, Haiti has an opportunity in the World Cup. So he's going to have his mind of like, okay, if I can perform, I can make it to this World Cup team. And he has this perfect opportunity. We struggled with goal scoring. We struggled scoring goals last season. I think, having Jordan as our manager, our defense is pretty stout. We've had luck with goalkeepers. And our defense has been pretty good, but the goal scored, we had all this potential. We've had potential, but it just hasn't turned into the ball into the net. And I believe, or I hope, that Belmar Joseph, with his abilities and with the motivation of potentially representing his country in a World Cup, can really, really help him blossom and grow. And so, yeah, so I look forward to that. I really, a lot of the signings are exciting and have potential, but for me, that's the one that I've kind of keyed in on. And dude, and Delgado, I'm telling you, Delgado with his ball on the foot, somebody who's watched Ederson for all those years, it's so neat to be able to have a goalie that's comfortable with the ball at his feet. It can kind of relax the game sometimes, and then also with such speedsters that we have on the edge, he can find those passes, and yeah, we could really put some pressure on these defenses. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about this weekend, because like Dan was saying, where all signs point to there will be a match this Saturday. And so I'm assuming that there will be a match this Saturday. So I'm going to go with there will be a match on Saturday. So yeah, let's talk about Saturday's match versus Oakland.
So one thing I did notice looking at the roster, we do have one kid, or we have one player who was signed, but I see neither here, hide nor hair of him on the roster slot, and that's Youssou N'Doye, the 17-year-old from Senegal. He was at the social. We saw him play against Oakland. He was at the social. I talked to him on the pitch, but he's not listed in the roster. Is it because he's 17? Is it because they're still working out some paperwork for him? You'll remember when we signed Xavi Nalati, he was already 18. So not a big deal there. But I'm wondering why is there a reason why we don't have him listed on the roster? But that's an interesting one as well. And again, big tall kid, 6'2". So I'm excited that we've got Wesley, Amari, Elijah Paul, and Youssou all up front. We've got 4 strikers right there. There were times last year where we were struggling to name one in the starting 11.
And that's what I was saying when you walked out there. Yeah, again, Belmar Joseph potentially being able to represent Haiti for the World Cup this year. I think that might give them a little extra motivation of like, hey, if I could put these goals in. And and again, I don't know logistically how the World Cup's going to go. The world is all I know. I don't know about all that. All I know is football and what should happen. But anyway, I think that's a really unique opportunity to represent your country in that tournament.
100%.
And again, now we have a front office that seems to have a bigger connection, so if you're doing well, they can pick up the phone and make some phone calls. So
I have to go over and look at our live on Instagram real quick because Angel says he's making hilarious comments over there.
He's like, man, I don't want these to go to waste.
He's all alone by himself over there. I'm trying to get there. My internet here in the hotel is giving me the bots, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm trying to go look at our
SD card,
our live. Say again.
I was like, your gift gaff SIM card is giving you problems.
There you go. All right. Yeah. Paul is watching as well. Hello, Paul, out there. And yeah, of course, because yeah, Angel, you're making great comments over on Instagram, but because I just joined it, I can't see them. So thank you for making
See,
the hilarious comments, my friend.
and that's why we switched. Part of the reason why we switched over to YouTube because of that. You know, if someone logs in right now, they're just
They're
non-existent.
SOL. Yep. All right. So looking forward to Saturday, home opener against our old friends, the Oakland Roots.
Oakland
I
Roots.
saw that you guys are publicizing a tailgate over
Yeah.
is it the Stillwell Center parking lot over in the state park?
Yeah, it's the little parking lot there. There's a little chunk with a bench, and they were like, "Yeah, cool. Just stay. If anybody has alcoholic beverages, stay away 25 feet away from the parking lot and don't make a mess, and you should be cool." They were they were pretty friendly. They were really friendly about it, and it's so tough because like as the crow flies, it's like a 10-minute walk to the stadium, but because of the geography and all that, it's about a mile drive. So I'm like, oh, I could almost see the lights of the stadium from here, but it's just a little
Not
too
something you're
too far.
not something you're going to march to from.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
maybe in the middle of the season, once we got those legs. But yeah, anyway, yeah, the Stillwell parking lot, it's the Marina Dunes State Park. It's one of the better places that you could tailgate. It's especially last week. Oh my gosh, there was no clouds, absolutely zero clouds, and yeah, you're
but
just like
was it better than Cal State East Bay at Pioneer Stadium?
that is it's because there it's more urbany out there. You know, you could
Yeah,
see Oakland and San
yeah,
Francisco, and you get.
the
I
highway.
mean, it's you're on top. You could see basically the whole southern bay, like literally the bay and the. I don't know. That is. It's just something about being. You're just seeing the sea lions surfing, and then the seagulls, and smelling the salt water. And
Yep.
I don't know.
Maybe there'll be a place closer to the stadium soon with all that development that's going on between Second and First Avenue.
They
We'll see.
opened up Diviardi. It's like all repaved and everything.
Okay.
They preempted us. Like every 15 feet, it's like no parking anytime. There's like 40 of those signs within like a quarter mile of the new
Well,
Diviardi. And I was
the
like, oh,
the county supervisor's office or the district supervisor's office is just around the corner from there. So I'm sure they're saying, no. And then on top of that, at the district supervisor's parking lot, that's also after hours. That's also a unhoused, a safe unhoused parking lot for
okay.
van lifers. So I think it's one of those. Yes, it's unfortunate to be preempted that way, but it is what it is. So
My cynical ass thought they did it for us. Like they
um,
hate
I
us. They hate
I
all 700 of us.
you remember at the edge of the parking lot, the prepaid parking lot, close to the CSUMB soccer complex. If you're exiting that parking lot onto Second Avenue, there's basically like an oversized fence on the other side of that non-intersection, but on the other side of that leads into the woods. And for a long time there's been talk that CSUMB was going to put a welcome center there or something like that, but it's not on CSUMB's campus. Their campus ends at Second Avenue. So everything that happens on the other side of Second Avenue, between Second and First Avenue, I wonder, is there a possibility that they could turn that little chunk of something into a parking lot, that's not affiliated with the club, that's not affiliated with the college, it's just a parking lot.
Yeah.
And then you can tailgate on that side because it's not on campus anymore. So
Wow.
it's interesting. Then you could just march across the parking lot. That'll be all good. But The tailgate that you guys have planned, that's for not only it's being hosted as a cooperative between, or a collaboration between, the Oakland SGs and the Monterey Bay SGs. Getting together with Los Roots and with Homegrown Hooligans and all those folks, all of our friends up in Oakland that we always look forward to seeing. So that's a good idea. That's fun. I think Oakland's going to have a new look this year, with different players. Our old friends Kai Green and Maury Donor are no longer with the club. Cam Riley, who went there, is no longer from Oakland. From San Diego. He went up to Oakland. He has since retired at the end of last season, so he's not there anymore. So it's a new look Oakland. It's a new look Monterey Bay. It's going to be an interesting game on Saturday. Maybe I'll come right back to the hotel after the game. I'll take a nap and I'll get up and watch it on the computer.
Yeah. Again, Oakland, new sporting director Jordan Farrell out, Benny Feilhaber out. They bring in Ryan Martin from Loudoun United, and he took his best players and brought them over. He brought over Keegan Tinney, midfielder Tommy McCabe, and forward Florian Velo.
Does Keegan Tinney have a familiar name to you?
Other than Keegan.
Well, he was a San Jose Earthquake super draft select.
Really? Oh no,
and then he was. I think he stayed with the team that he was with the club that season, and then they left, and then they waived him. So he's also a Californian, so he's excited to be home. Keegan Tierney.
Keegan. I have Tingey on here. Tingey. Gey.
Yep.
Did I copy?
I'm
paste?
looking. I'm making.
And
sure.
then they're also returning Peter Wilson, who Peter Wilson was the Golden Boot winner last year.
Right.
He only scored 11 goals in the final 8 matches of the season. So this is, I like it. It's at home, but it's going to be a early season test. You're playing a rival. We've mentioned it before. When these two teams play, it just seems like everybody is a little bit better, plays a little bit harder, and it's what a way to start the season. Oh yeah,
told you.
Yeah. No, yeah, that does not ring any bells for me at all.
And he's only 25. I mean, he's from Fresno. But he was drafted by the Earthquakes in, hold on, I want to say, holy crap. San Jose Earthquakes. He was drafted by the Earthquakes in 2023. But from 2016 to 2019, he played for the San Jose Earthquakes Academy.
Yeah,
so,
homecoming for him as well. And there's something different when you can play for a family.
Made 66 appearances for the Stanford Cardinal.
Oh, look at what Angel just said. And USLPA just posted things. What the heck? I got it. What's going on?
Let me go look. I'll go look. USLPA. Yeah, let's go look at that.
You think they posted on X? What did they say? Oh, no,
breaking news. Let's do that. Come on.
They literally put a subheading on the USL website. That's how important this is. Like if you go there, it says labor update up top.
March 5th, 2026. Here it goes. USLPA statement on USL HQ's union busting tactics.
Wow.
If you want, I can hold on, Oz. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something that I have not yet done. Give me a second. Hold on. This is going to be fun. I'm going to pull up something. I'm going to make it a piece of media that we can use.
Yeah, the Oakland games are always chippy. They're always fun, no matter where they are in the on the table there.
Give me a more. We're gonna add a file.
Yeah.
I want to show you. I want to show you this. This is gonna be exciting.
Yeah, that does not sound like a union that is ready to start the season in a couple of days.
Yeah, this is not a good look. Come on, I just saw it. I just saved it. It just hasn't uploaded yet.
And these are always so tough because both sides swear that they're coming, from the most honest, side, and it's tough to. I mean, I always stand with the workers. The workers are right. Pay the people. A timing and tone of U.S.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. Again, should I read it? Actually, yeah. Should I read it out loud? All right. Yeah. To our
I
supporters.
was gonna try and put it up. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'll read it out here. So, to our supporters, the timing and tone of USL HQ's communications is crystal clear. An effort to scare players out of exercising their rights. This is classic union busting in action. Their letter attempts to inject fear and confusion into the bargaining process while misrepresenting what is actually on the table. It spins numbers and selectively frames proposals in a way that ignores the broader context of negotiations. Unfortunately for League HQ, our players know exactly what has been put on the table. The Players Association has been transparent with membership every step of the way, and players are fully aware of their rights and the realities of these negotiations. The bigger question is why a professional soccer league is warning players about the consequences of a strike instead of addressing why so many players felt compelled to authorize their bargaining committee to call one if necessary. If anything, this kind of pressure campaign only reinforces why players voted to provide strike authorization in the first place. They're making workers sound unreasonable for simply asking to be paid a living wage when the reality is some players in this league potentially qualify for food assistance programs. This is what management does, but players remain committed to ensuring that no member of the USLPA is left in a vulnerable situation. With appreciation for your continued support, USL Championship players. The tough thing about this is obviously it seems like some kind of letter was sent privately to the players or something. I don't know the letter that they're referring to. Their letter attempts to inject fear and confusion into the bargaining. What letter is that? And the timing and tone of USL HQ's communications is crystal clear. I'm curious. Did the league send a letter saying, "Hey, this is what'll happen if you don't play"? There must be. Is this? No.
I don't know.
I don't know what that letter is.
Well, obviously, it has something to do with the negotiations that have been going on for the last several weeks.
Yeah, and that's what I would think as well. Because again, like I said, the league literally put a subheading on their website called, says labor update, right? Their standings, clubs, news, labor update. And I mean, yesterday it's setting the record straight. They're very adamant that I guess that's wow.
No.
Well, I don't know. This is all happening live, right in front of our faces, folks. So I'm sorry I know this isn't the best podcast material, but it's just it's happening. So
I guess tomorrow, which is only a couple hours away for me, but that's 24 hours from now, I would suspect that we will see some kind of announcement from USL saying, what the status is. I would think the USL Players Association is probably the one who's going to make the most or make the first move, because they have voted to authorize a strike. So
yeah,
in the event that that things are not looking rosy, there's every possibility that they'll just go. So
yeah, and I also it is close that if there is some kind of strike, I wouldn't expect it to last more than a couple weeks. That's someone that doesn't know anything about business or what's going on over there. But I just the fact that you have the World Cup coming, you have all this momentum with the league, with the start of the season. I just don't see how this would be good for the league to try to. And I don't. I've said it before on the show, like the league on one end is trying to start this USL Premier, like trying to compete with MLS. Yet this is this is of 100 square feet of livable space is a point of contention on the contract negotiations. I don't see how the league is trying to do both things.
Yeah.
But I get it. The whole soccer world has its eyes on this country now. And then what is it?
Yeah.
2 years, the Olympics are coming as well. So
Yep.
that's also a big U23 soccer tournament. So
Yep.
I get it. Everybody from the players to the business to the leagues all want the best light on their prospective organizations there. So it's I don't know. And all we want to do is wave flags, drink beer, and cheer our boys on, you know. And
Well,
actually,
the boys, that's right.
our team, now we have a ladies team. So our team on, and well, I guess it really wouldn't affect the women's team. They're not part of the union there, but yeah, exactly.
They will be. They're a member of the USL. No, it's WSL, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. They're amateur, I guess. NCAA is or whatever.
No,
anyway, like I said,
how are they trying to make a Division One league when they're acting like a Division One? That's the bone of contention there, Noah.
Yeah, that's my dude, I don't know. It's tough because again, I am a supporter of this league. I love the structure. I love the cities that it's. Monterey County would never have an MLS team. Like the fact, so I appreciate the league for what it is, but also at the same time, like being a top flight division, it takes a MLS took, what are we 30 years in, and they're barely finding their footing there, and so much of it relies on one Argentinian dude, and
right.
So yeah, I don't know. And like I said, at the end of the day, like Derek, it's a union. I'm not here saying every union. I mean, but it's workers looking out for other workers. It'll be hard pressed for me to take the side of the corporation or the league.
So you could say this: the Guardian in the UK, which is right here. Thank you, Brett, for posting this for me. The Guardian says USL emails players about union resignation procedures as strike looms. The email include what?
No, that's just shocking.
Email includes FAQ on crossing picket line. Active player calls letter, quote, a bunch of bullshit. USL declines to comment. Here, I'll read the story to you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
On Wednesday night, the United Soccer League emailed every player contracted in the second division championship with information about the procedures for crossing the potential picket line and resigning their membership in the USL Players Association. Multiple sources have confirmed to the Guardian. USL, which runs the second division championship and the third division League One as its professional U.S. men's leagues, have been locked in labor talks with championship players for more than a year, with tensions recently spilling into the public. The previous agreement between the league and the USLPA expired on 31 December 2025. Late last week, the USLPA membership voted to authorize a call to strike if a new agreement couldn't be reached before the 2026 season, scheduled to kick off tomorrow on the 6th of March. I'm trying to remember who has the first game. Isn't it Louisville?
Match.
It's Louisville versus Lexington.
Oh yeah, it's a big one.
So, recent talks have seen the sides include a mediator from the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service, with another round of negotiations held on Wednesday. The league also posted a public update to its website on Wednesday, initially publishing at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, with a subtitle of "Setting the Record Straight," and posted an update after, quote, several hours of bargaining today, March 4th, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The email to players landed in their inbox simultaneously with the latter update. The letter sent to the players included a PDF file on USL Championship branded letterhead addressed to, quote, all USL Championship players and from USL Championship clubs and USL headquarters. In it, the league office said it is, quote, disappointed to learn that the USLPA nonetheless decided to exercise your right to authorize a strike, end quote, following a specific offer tendered on 24 February 2026. While that is disappointing, we want to provide you with the following information regarding your rights and obligations during a strike. And then I have pictures of the PDF. I have the PDF. It's 3 pages. Oh my goodness.
That's cheap. Those are cheap tactics. If you're really coming with good intentions to the table, you don't need to do all that.
So story goes on for a bit. An active championship player who confirmed the accuracy of the email obtained by the Guardian, who spoke under the condition of anonymity to protect himself from possible retaliation, said that the email caught some players by surprise. As locker rooms messaged about it, several players said the email ended up in their spam or junk folders, as they had never received direct correspondence from the league email address before Wednesday. I think it's a bunch of BS, the player said. You know, we're getting this close to the first game, and now they want to kind of come on the front foot, kind of try to divide the group, especially those of us who have been in the league for a while. We remember the zero contracts, the $0 contract. For them to send something out like that to try and scare us with what they've been paying us for such a long time, I think it's a bunch of BS. At this point, the league has to get serious.
Okay. That's not cool. That's not coming
So,
to
yeah.
the. Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll see where that goes.
But why not put here on your labor update on your website? We've also reached out to players within the league about your rights during a strike. And if you didn't get the email, here's where you can reach out to. Why is there no mention of that side of it if they're being transparent and honest? And then
I don't know.
Whatever. Well, then I was gonna say, and then they do it at 5:00 Pacific, but that's probably when they gave up for the day.
Thanks, Angel. Best drop in ever.
I like that.
Well, let's see what happens. Obviously tomorrow, and I don't remember what kickoff is. I think it's 7:00 Eastern time. So that'll be 5:00 your time, which is midnight my time. So, we'll see. It just cracks open a beer.
Right? Yeah. It's going to be an interesting 48 hours in USL Championship.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll be watching for updates. In the meantime, Oz, our teams are set to play each other 8 p.m. kickoff here on Saturday. That's a noon kickoff on Saturday for you in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Should be an interesting game. We're going to be buoyed, obviously, by beating with 10 men, beating Manchester United, a team that was on a 10-game unbeaten streak.
When Tonali's on fire, it's kind of hard to stop that dude.
I'll tell you what, the best guy on the pitch last night was Joe Linton. Joe Linton was playing like two guys possessed. So, but yeah, letting the bull in the china shop known as Will Asula loose, and then Trippier just sent the ball up the touchline. Asula caught up with it, kept it in bounds, looked like he was going to trip over his feet and fall on the ball, but instead got, stumbled, got control of the ball, a couple of quick step overs, and unleashes a left foot curling volley, or curling shot that just it was nice. That's what the guys at the Blackjack said. But no. And you guys tied this last weekend 2-2
on Wednesday.
Forest?
Wednesday.
So yeah, it should make for an interesting night. I did try to get tickets today to the first round round of 16 match against Barcelona, but I got in the queue and there were like 100,000 people ahead of me in the queue. So The only tickets still available are in the hospitality zones, and the cheapest of which is £436 per ticket.
Dang.
That's over $500 a ticket, dude. I'm
Yeah.
just
No.
not for me. So, but because it's a Champions League match, there are no blackouts, which means I should be able to go just to the bar that's attached to the hotel. I could go across the street to the Stack and watch
You're
it.
like, I'll make my own blackout.
Well, exactly. So, so 8 o'clock kickoff should be an electric atmosphere in town. It'll be funny because it'll be the first time that I've been in town for a home match, but didn't have a ticket. So it'll be interesting. We'll figure that out. I did want to quickly say thank you. What does Noah says?
I have a very favorable last 8 matches or something.
I think Wolves, Noah, quite frankly, they're relishing the idea of playing spoiler now for everybody. The fact that they beat Liverpool the other night, wow, just wow. That's all I got to say. I do really want to thank you again to Heather and everybody down at Rising Phoenix in King City. But we would be remiss if we didn't mention our merch. Thanks to Derek White and Derek's Designs. Again, Derek's-Designs.com/collections/the-drop-in. There it is on the screen. You can find us there. Noah, thank you for posting a picture with your newly received drop-in for the 831 scarf. Good looking scarf. Always a pleasure to see all the stuff going on. I know that it arrived after I left, but I believe I have a drop-in tangent shirt at home waiting for me when I get home. That'll be exciting. I did provide my co-host here for Through Black and White Eyes, Barry Thomas. I gave him his drop-in t-shirt. He chose tropical blue. He did not choose sand. He said, I want blue. So I have not yet worn my Monterey Bay away kit that I bought before I left, simply because Man City is on Saturday. And I don't want anybody getting confused that I'm wearing a Man City shirt. Not going to be doing that in town. Received lots of positive feedback on the beard last night, again, because it was boasting black and white stripes. Every match day I've painted this beard black and white stripes. So nice. What else? Nothing. It's pouring down rain right now. I wanted to take the camera off the tripod and show you the stadium, but you can't even see out my window right now. It's covered in water droplets, kind of like when a whale breaches and splashes all over your camera.
We got that live. So,
yeah, exactly. Wait, we got more comments. Hold on. Scarf is a beauty. Thank you very much, sir. And then there's also a direct link to it from the homepage. So there you are.
Yeah, go check
Thank you, Derek. Yes, from the YouTube channel, there's a direct link to the merch right there from our channel, from the front page. Yeah. So yeah, when we close this one up, it'll get posted, and we'll see you on the other side, and but no, this has been great. Look at what we can do, Oz, and it looks great on Instagram too.
Yeah. Everything came out very well.
So I keep watching. I hope to see some more information from Monterey Bay in the next 24, 48 hours. I'm hoping to see a few more signings. I think we're up to 17 or 18 signings now. I'm hoping that we'll get up to somewhere in the realm of 21 to 25 before. I don't know. Does USL have a transfer window closing? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I shall, Colin. I've had a few. I've had a few since I've been here. So I've also been trying to spread the wealth. Try a couple of other different beers here while I'm here. So, with that said, it is now 11 p.m. here, and it's been a long day. So I'm I'm gonna call it quits. You have
Yeah.
anything? Any parting words, Oz?
No, I'm just supporting the players union and in their fight for their cause.
Yep.
I got their back.
Is Uli in the studio?
Yes.
Hi, Uli.
Well, he's
I'm
in the
waving at
other
you.
room. He's in the other room. But yeah.
So,
But
all
yeah.
right. Thanks everybody for tuning in the middle of the day. Thanks Oz for suggesting that we get together in the middle of the day. And it's been a while. I've been missing you guys, and I've been missing you, Oz. So I will go see. I will go to the Wobbly Duck, and I'll see if I can get you a black T-shirt. I keep saying every time I do that, but when I go over there, they do not have extra medium in stock. So I will go have a look. And then yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Noah, Colin, Derek, Angel. I saw Jen popped in for a minute. She's at work, and then Brett and Annie and everybody. So and Lysander dropped in for a little bit during his work day. So thanks everybody. Good to see you. Oz, when do you want to do it again?
We could do it next week. I mean, if we have something to talk about, we might not have a match to talk about.
Well, even if we don't have a match to talk about, we'll have something to talk about. So that'll be the story. So I'll be relying on you to get information, and I'll keep my eyes open too. So
yeah.
All right. Until then, look forward to seeing all of you April 4th at the San Antonio game. That'll be my return to Cardinale Stadium. I'm looking forward to it, and I look forward to seeing all of you. And we'll talk again soon. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. Say goodnight, Oz.
Good night, Oz.
Here we go. Bye, all.
Boom.